Alright, so if you're watching this video, that means you're having issues with your Audi MMI. So let me show you what that might look like. Alright, so you're hopping into your car, and this is a 2011 Audi S4. This is the B8. Alright, so you go to put your key into the ignition, and let's say you fire your car up, and nothing happens with the MMI. None of your buttons down here work, none of your controls, nothing lights up, no functionality at all. And if you're lucky, the screen might pop on for a millisecond and then probably go off, just like that. So you have no functionality here, can't get to anything. None of your features up here work at all because the MMI is not active. So let me show you how to actually handle that. All right, so what you want to do is make your way around to the trunk where you actually find the solution to our problem. And sitting right here, this is a fiber optic loop. And the issues that we're going to be dealing with are actually right here where the amplifiers and other tools are. So what you have here is a fiber optic connection point. There's one at the top and there's also one down here at the bottom. So this fiber optic loop pretty much just bypasses whichever this fiber optic was powering pretty much. So essentially one of these fiber optic connections might be faulty or not providing the proper signal. So this fiber optic loop right here is only like $7, $7 to $8 on Amazon. And there's actually another one, which another guy used in a different video. His is like 40 bucks or something like that. But this works just as well. And the one he uses more of like solid. So you have like a B8 or a sedan like me, there's no space to put that giant fiber optic loop in there. It can't bend at all. These actually fit into the car. So $8 on Amazon, check them out. So these are your two fiber optic loops. You have the male and the female loop. So what you want to do is come over here to your amp setups and pretty much find your first fiber optic connection, which is this one right here. It's a little tab on the side, push it in and slides right on out. And it looks just like this. So what you want to do is actually test out which one is actually faulty. So in this case, you would take your male fiber optic loop right here. You would slide this in place of the connection. This goes right into here, just like that. And you take your female fiber optic loop and slide on top of the connection point here. And now you have a closed circuit. Now that that's all plugged in, go ahead and head to the front, put your key in. So it may not show up at first, but go ahead and hit a few buttons. Try your on button, your center console button, a few of these, and something should pop on eventually. Now, if nothing pops on, that means that the connection you switched out for the fiber optic loop is not the one that's actually broken. So hit a few buttons, give it a couple of seconds or minutes, and if nothing powers on by this time, go ahead, turn off the car, and head to the back to test the other one out. All right, so option 2 is the fiber optic connection point down here at this bottom one. So it's actually under that green cable. It looks just like this cable here. So simply pull out the green cable first. There's a little tab on top of there. Push that tab down and slide it on out. Just like that. And for more space, you can actually take out the white wire too, but I think I should be able to clear. So there's a fiber optic cable down here. It comes out the same way. Tab on the right side of it. Simply push that tab in and pulls out just like this. So do the same process as we did up here. Take your male fiber optic loop, then take your female fiber optic loop and put it on the fiber optic connection point. And with this style of fiber optic loop, you can actually bend this around a little bit to actually fit where it needs to go. All right, so I got the fiber optic loop installed. So what you want to do is go ahead to the front. So go ahead, place your key into the ignition, start it up, and immediately you already see the functionality of it. So we have all the lights working down here as well. We turn the lights on. See, now the whole console lights up, and we now have access to all the features in the menus and setups. So all this works now. All your functionality works up here as well. You can switch the modes and everything like that. All of your voice control and things like that, they all should be fully functional now. Now, there are a few drawbacks to doing this method. And the number one drawback would be if you have the same fiber optic connection point as mine that was faulty, then you will no longer be able to play the radio. So there is no sound coming at all from the radio. You can turn it up as loud as you want. There's absolutely no sound will come from the radio. You also don't have any of your Sirius XM. Let me go to the, you don't have Sirius XM or your AM options. So all of that's pretty much gone. But for me, I don't really use radio that much. I use the the aux input, so I can still play music through the aux. If you have the other fiber optic connection point, you probably won't be able to play music through your aux cable, and it might be other few functionalities not working as well. Now, the only surefire fix is to actually replace your amplifier and the connection points in the trunk, and that's going to run you about at least maybe $500 to $1,000. So if you can live without the radio and some other functionality, then this is the best method, because you have access to all of your dash features, all of your MMI features, fully functional except for the sound on the radio. So I would say use the fiber optic loop as a last resort method. There are a few other things you can do to actually get your MMI working. So I would say try those first. I have videos on all of those. One option would be to take your MMI controller apart and clean it out, replace the circuit board as well. You can also do a hard reset on your Audi MMI as well. There's 2 ways to do it. And also, if you just got a new battery, they suggest that you drive it a pretty long distance. Let's say hop on the highway for about an hour or so, and that may allow the system to reset itself. You can also disconnect your battery as well, plug it back in, and then that may also fix your issue. So, and then another thing to check for will be the Audi MMI fuses. I have a video on those as well. I'll put it somewhere up here. You can check that out as well. That can also help you out. That's like $5 for a pack of fuses pretty much. So if you want to see where to get the fiber optic loops on Amazon, link in the description below. It's like less than 10 bucks, I'm pretty sure, to fix this whole issue here. So definitely check that out. And also shout out to this one person in my comment section. They actually had the same issue with their Audi MMI, and they recommended the fiber optic loop, and that also fixed my issue. So this could probably fix your issue as well. So thank you to that person there. So if you want to see any more content on my Audi S4, which I bought at auction, I am completely rebuilding this car, or any other maintenance issues for your Audis in general, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of content on how to fix certain things and troubleshoot different things. So also, please like this video. It really helps me out. As I said before, if you want to check out the fiber optic loop, link in the comment section below, less than $10, and it will fix your issue. So other than that, thanks for watching.